Good morning, yogis. My name is Daniel. This is Daniel Lee Yoga, and thank you for joining me for practice. Today we have a 60-minute all levels Vinyasa flow class, and our focus today will be opening up the chest and the shoulders. With it being all levels, I'll provide modifications along the way so that yogis of any experience level can find a path that works for them. Now, as far as opening up our shoulders and our chests, I don't know about you, but most of the day, a lot of the day, I should say, I'm in front of a computer or I'm doing something where I possibly am hunched over, my shoulders fall forward. And so I really like this practice because it really works to kind of correct that alignment, draw our shoulders back, and really opening our chest and our shoulders allows more of our thoracic spine to lengthen, giving us more space for our diaphragm to move and our lungs to take in more air. It really helps us breathe, helps us calm down, helps us really just feel a lot better. I know as well for me, I keep a lot of stress in my shoulders, so just opening them up can really create that nice relinquishing feeling throughout the whole body. So thank you all for joining me. It looks like Lori and Ellen are here, so thank you so much for chiming in. Oh yes, thanks for asking about the cats. They're around here somewhere. I'm sure one of them at least will show up at some point throughout practice. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. As far as props, nothing's totally necessary. If you want to have a strap or a maybe an old shirt, I'm just using another t-shirt I have. You can just keep that handy. It might help us when we bring our arms behind our back for a lot of class today. So I think that's all we have to get started. So let's go ahead and begin. Meet me on your back with your knees bent and the bottoms of your feet on the floor. So again, knees bent, bottoms of the feet on the floor, arms down to the sides. Let's let our knees fall into touch and then heel toe the feet out to the width of the mat or as far as you are comfortable. So knees together, feet wide. Arms down to the side, palms start to face up as you gently roll the shoulders out. We'll begin class here. This is the first class of spring this week, so happy spring to all. Now, Ellen and Lori are typically in the Baltimore area, so if you're starting to get some more consistently nicer, warmer weather to ring in the new season. Before we get into too much movement in class, let's settle into our stillness here. Just find a nice, comfortable way to allow your body to be heavy here. Maybe your eyes start to gently soften or your gaze can close completely. And as you relax and release here, bring some awareness to your breath. Begin to focus on the inhalation, noticing the length and the depth compared to your exhalation. And as you bring your concentration and your focus within, just try to deepen that breathing. As you continually bring your mind and your focus to your breath as it flows in and out of your body, try to slowly lengthen your inhales and deepen your exhales. Take 3 more breaths on your own. Last breath here. All right, if your eyes were closed, gently start to blink your eyes open. Keep your knees bent, but separate your knees and your feet back to hips with distance. And let's draw both knees into the chest, gently wrapping the palms around the shins of the thighs. Keep the backs of the shoulder and the back of the head on the mat as you gently draw those knees in, feet are flexed. All right, let's keep the left knee in and extend and straighten that right leg straight out, releasing the right heel to the mat. So arms wrap around the left shin or thigh. Keep flexing that right foot, drawing it back towards your face. Spin that inner right thigh in and down, drawing the right kneecap up in towards that right hip socket. But press that right heel away as you draw the left knee in toward your chest. Hold for one more breath. And let's switch. Draw the right knee in, extend and straighten that left leg straight out, releasing the heel to the mat. Flexing those left toes, drawing them back towards your face. Right knee draws in, left heel draws away. Keep spinning that inner left thigh in and down. Drawing the kneecap up to engage the muscles in the legs for one more breath. And let's switch again. Option to hover the right heel off the mat as you extend the right leg straight. With that heel hovered, try to draw your navel in and down, starting to engage the core muscles here. But still, either way, extending out through that right heel, drawing that left knee into your chest. One more breath. And let's switch. Same option as before as the right knee draws in. Left heel can hover as that left leg extends. Either way, flex the foot, spin that inner left thigh in and down. Keep extending out through the left heel, creating length, like Oni. Drawing the right knee in for one more breath. All right, exhale, let's switch one more time. Option to extend the arms overhead. So as the right leg extends, left knee draws in. Right heel can hover, but option to add the arms overhead. So thumbs down, pinkies up, palms face each other. Again, drawing the navel in and down. This time, just use your abdominal muscles and your hip flexors to draw that left knee in. Extend out through the right heel. Hold for one more breath. If you'd like, keep the arms extended and switch. Draw the right knee in, extend the left leg straight out. You can play around with it. Maybe you drop the left heel with your arms overhead. Maybe you keep your arms still wrapped around that right shin. Choose whatever option works for you, but flex those left toes. Draw the navel in and down. Right knee draws in for one more breath. And exhale, draw both knees in. Wrap your arms around your shins or your thighs. Draw those knees in. All right, maybe with your knees rocked in, just gently rock from side to side, massaging that low back. Just starting to build a tiny bit of heat as we begin practice today. All right, let's come back to center. Keep the knees bent, but release the left foot to the mat. Keep the right knee hugged in, right palm on the right knee. Let's make some knee circles with that right knee. So gently start in one direction. Try to keep both hip bones rooted as you move that right knee around in a circle. Keep gently pressing down through all four corners of that left foot just to keep your base nice and stable here. All right, move in the opposite direction, that right knee. That right arm can just be a guide, but it's the hip socket that's making all the movement here. All right, come back to center. Let's switch. Draw the left knee in, release the right foot to the mat. With the left palm on top of the left knee, gently start in your first direction, starting to open up those hips. And begin to slow. Let's move in the opposite direction again. Try to keep both sit bones rooted. Still in a nice firm foundation here. And begin to slow. Let's draw both knees back into your chest. We'll rock up into a seat if you like. Cross one ankle on top of the other. Hold behind your thighs. Begin to extend your legs to build momentum. Keep your chin slightly tucked and start to roll up and down your spine a couple times. You can keep that chin tucked to avoid hitting the back of your head when you roll back. And we'll eventually meet in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Otherwise, from your back, you can just let your legs fall off to the side. We'll all meet in a nice comfortable seat, ankles underneath the knees, rooting down through your sit bones, rising up through the crown of your head. Nice long spine here. If you already feel like you're falling back, just roll up your mat or place something underneath your sit bones to give you a little more elevation here. All right, rest the palms on tops of the knees for a moment here. Now let's inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears and hold here. And exhale, release them down. Let them drop. So inhale, lift those shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. All right, now extend the arms out to the sides. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, arms out and down to the sides. Just 3 more times. Nice and slow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms out and down. Gently release. 2 more times. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, out and down. 1 more time. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, arms out and down. All right, switch the crossing of your legs, whichever shin is on top. And now extend your arms out to a T, palms face forward. We'll cross the arms, right arm below, left arm on top. But have your left arm stop halfway. What we'll do here is grab or bend the right elbow and then use that right arm to draw the left arm farther across your body. So we start to open this left shoulder. So right elbow is bent, left arm stays straight. Just a gentle draw here, just opening the back of the shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, let's release back into a T. So now this time, wrap your arms, left arm on the bottom this time, bending the left elbow, keeping the right arm straight. And then draw the left forearm back towards the left shoulder to open up the back of the right shoulder. Try to keep the right arm straight. Gently using this left arm as an external lever here. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Gently releasing the arms back out into a T. And release the arms down to your side. Let's move forward into a tabletop. Either come forward across your knees or let your legs fall off to the side. We'll all meet in a nice tabletop. All right, fingers are nice and spread with the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet to the mat. So hips, knees, and feet all in one line. Wrist creases lined up with the short edge of your mat, or maybe they're slightly turned out. Keep drawing the triceps in, roll the biceps out so the elbow creases start to face forward, drawing the navel in and up, slight tuck of the chin. Gently pressing the shins and the tops of the feet into the mat. Hold for 1 more breath here. All right, moving right into our cow-cats. Inhale as you drop the navel, tailbone lifts, heart forward, look up. Exhale, rounding the back, shoulders separate, head hangs heavy. 3 more times. Inhale on your breath, nice, slow and control. Exhale as you round into your cat pose, shoulders separate. 2 more times. Take this opportunity to connect your breath to your movement. Will be crucial throughout the rest of practice here. And once you finish your last cat pose, meet me back in a nice neutral spine. And let's send our hips back to our heels, extending our arms forward, coming to our first child's pose of the day here. Gently releasing your forehead to the mat, or maybe to a block if it doesn't quite reach. An option for your toes to touch. You can have your knees either hips width distance or out towards the width of your mat. Just settle into your child's pose here. Just have your arms extended out. And I want the arms to be engaged here. So start to walk your fingertips a little bit farther out, closer to the short edge top of your mat, so that your forearms start to lift off the mat. So really press down through the base of each finger and each palm, and gently lifting the forearms up. Just like in our tabletop, firm those biceps in. Firm the triceps in, roll the biceps out. So maybe the elbow creases start to face up towards the sky. Really creating length here, so draw the tailbone down away towards the back of your mat as the fingers draw towards the short edge top of your mat. Hold for one more breath here. All right, gently keep your hips on your heels. Start to walk your hands back, lifting your chest up, lifting your forehead up. Come back into your Virasana pose. If your knees were wide, bring them back into hips width distance or maybe a little closer with the tops of your feet to the mat. If this doesn't quite work for you, you can curl your toes under, or you can place a block in between your heels to give you a little bit of elevation. Otherwise, you can just cross your legs and come into a comfortable seat. Just choose what works for you for now. All right, so once you found your nice comfortable seat, let's extend the arms behind and we'll intersect the fingers behind our back. So as you intersect the fingers, I want to try to bring the wrists together and then start to straighten the arms so the arms extend down the back. Option, if you can't quite reach and connect those fingers, just grab your strap or your shirt and draw the arms back, drawing the triceps in. Now, as you do this, your chest might pop out, so let's try to draw the navel in and back, drawing the tailbone down, keeping a nice long spine. So keep rooting down, press down through your shins, lifting up through the crown of your head, and draw the shoulders away from your ears. Maybe start to lift the arms off your back. Hold for one more breath. And remember which thumb is on top as you gently release the arms forward. All right, a little bit of wrist work here. So now let's intersect the fingers in front of us. Bring the wrists together, maybe the elbows together, and start to roll in one direction. Your first figure eight or infinity symbol here. Just gently rolling, gently rocking. All right, gently slow to move in the opposite direction, allowing those wrists to release. I always hear a couple pops in my wrist as I'm doing this, which I think is okay. All right, begin to slow, gently release. Let's bring the arms back behind our back again. This time, opposite thumb on top. If you don't remember, it's probably the way that feels the most different or least habitual to you. So again, if you can't intersect the fingers, then bring the wrist to touch and start to straighten the elbows to straighten the arms. Shoulders draw down as your shoulder blade press in towards the spine. Again, that chest and that navel is probably going to draw forward, so try and draw it back to keep a nice long spine. Maybe you start to lift those arms off your back. Hold for one more breath. And exhale, gently release the arms. We're coming back through tabletop, so releasing the arms forward. Bring the knees back underneath your hips with the tops of the feet to the mat. Keep drawing those triceps in. Elbow creases start to face forward. All right, back from our tabletop, let's extend the left arm out to the side, left palm faces down, adding a twist here. So on our inhale, lift the left arm, left fingertips to the sky, opening the chest. Exhale, release, send the left arm under and through, palm faces up. 3 more times, just like that. So we inhale, left fingertips to the sky, open the chest. Exhale, send that left arm under and through. 2 more times. Inhale as you lift and open. Try to keep those hips center. Exhale, gently release. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale under and through. This time stay with that left arm extended under and through. Gently release the left shoulder to the mat. Release the left side of your head to the mat. And then extend the right fingertips out in front of you, keeping your arms straightened, forearm off the mat. All right, option to stay right here, or if you want to add your leg, you can curl the right toes under, extend and straighten that right leg straight back, pressing back through the right heel. So it becomes a little bit of a balance pose here, but we're still opening that left shoulder. Final option, if you'd like, for a little more of a balance, we'll lift that right leg up to hip height, flexing those right toes, Try to keep the knee and the toes facing down by spinning that inner right thigh in and up towards the sky. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, gently release that right knee if it's up. Bring the right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Press down. Inhale as you lift the left fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, gently release back into your tabletop. All right, other side. So make sure you start in a nice solid foundation in your tabletop. Recenter yourself. Extend the right arm out to the side, right palm faces down. Let's inhale as we bring the right fingertips to the sky, open up the chest. And exhale, send that right arm under and through, right palm faces up. 3 more times. Inhale as you extend, opening the chest. And exhale as you send that right arm under and through. That left elbow can bend slightly. Let's inhale up 2 more times here. And exhale, under and through, palm faces up. Last time, inhale, extend. And exhale, right arm under and through. All right, stay low. Gently release that right shoulder to the mat. Side of the right head comes down. And then gently start to extend those left fingertips out in front of you. And now from here, you have the option to curl the left toes under, extend and straighten that left leg straight back. Keep pressing back through the left heel. And you just have a gentle weight on that right shoulder. Final option, if you like, draw draw the left foot up to hip height. Keep flexing that left foot. Keep the knee and the toes facing down by spinning that inner left thigh in and up towards the sky. Keep pressing back through the left heel. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, gently release the left knee down. Place the left arm back underneath the left shoulder. Lift up, inhale, extending the right fingertips back up to the sky. And exhale, release that right arm down, back underneath your shoulder in your tabletop. All right, moving into plank pose. So let's step the right leg back, step the left leg back, plank pose here. Holding for 3 breaths. Always have the option to drop down to your knees. Either way, keep your shoulders over your wrists, pressing down through the base of each finger and each palm. Again, keep throwing those triceps in. Biceps roll out so the elbow creases start to face forward. Draw the tailbone towards the backs of the knees for one more breath. And now inhale as you lift up into your down dog. First down dog of the day. Take your dog for a walk. Maybe lift one leg, lift one heel. You can always drop down to your knees and tabletop and pedal out your legs here as well. You can always know that another option for down dog, in addition to your tabletop, is child's pose. But if you're in your down dog or tabletop, keep pedaling out your legs for 2 more breaths. Maybe drop one shoulder, maybe drop the other. Keep moving for one more breath here. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Keep pressing your chest back towards your thighs. And now inhale as you gaze forward. Bend your knees, exhale, walk or step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance, stay in your forward fold. In your forward fold here, ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy. Crown of the head draws down as the hips draw up towards the sky. Keeping the biceps next to the ears. Knees can bend slightly. You can rest your chest on tops of your thighs. And if you like, you can gently roll from side to side. Gently sway from side to side. Just try to keep the feet nice and parallel. And let's switch whichever forearm is on top. So grab opposite elbows. Restacking the forearms. Keep swaying from side to side if you'd like. All right, come back to stillness. Still stay in your forward fold, but this time option to clasp your hands behind your back again. So either clasp your fingers together or you can use your strap or your towel to connect your hands. Same thing as when we were sitting down. So we still have the crown of the head drawing down. Let's intersect the fingers, bring the wrist to touch, straighten the arms, maybe lift the wrists off the back, and add your forward fold here. Maybe you start to straighten your legs a little more. So keep lifting the hips up towards the sky. Crown of the head draws down. Shoulders draw away from the ears. The blades press into the back towards the spine. Hold for one more breath. And exhale, gently release your arms down. Slight bend of the knees. We'll come up to standing, but nice and slow. So press down through your feet. Inhale as you gently start to roll up your spine, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Slow and controlled. Once you lift all the way up, let's inhale, bring those arms up overhead, palms face each other. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. Two more times, just like that. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. One more time. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right. Make sure your feet are together now. So feet are parallel. Or bring your big toes to touch. Maybe your heels are slightly apart. Arms down to the sides. Really draw your tailbone down. Lift those frontal hip points up. Palms are gently facing forward, allowing the shoulders to open here. Speaking of the shoulders, let's soften them away from our ears. Chin is slightly parallel to the mat. Gaze is forward. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. All right, press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Now keep your right fingertips up. Release the left arm back down to your side. Palm faces in. Now, as you press down through that left foot, let's inhale, extend the right fingertips to the sky. And exhale, side bend over your left side. The left fingertips draw down the left side of your leg. Keep the bicep next to the ear. Shoulder and the hips still square forward. Hold for one more breath here. Let's inhale, come back up to center. Bring both arms overhead. Exhale, release the right fingertips down. Inhale as you extend those left fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, side bend over the right side. So again, let those right fingertips draw down the right side of your leg. Keep the bicep next to the ears, shoulders and the pelvis facing forward. Keep holding for one more breath. Use your abdominal muscles to inhale as you lift yourself back up, both arms overhead. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Make sure you're still at the top of your mat. Feet can be together or hips width distance. Arms down to the sides. Let's press down through our feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, add a forward fold. So a hinge forward, slight bend in the knees. Let the crown of your head draw down. Inhale as you lift halfway. Place your hands to the shins. Nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, back up to standing. Arms out and up overhead. Palms face each other. Exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold again, Uttanasana. Press down through your feet, raise the arms out and up overhead, palms face each other. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Let's add on. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Keep your left foot forward. Step your right foot back. Let's drop the right knee down. Right toes can stay curled or uncurled. Bring the right palm underneath the right shoulder. Left arms extend out. Palm faces down. Let's inhale as we raise the left fingertips up to the sky. Hold here for 2 breaths. Maybe start to rotate the left palm's foot faces forward. Or firm both thighs in towards the midline. Keep that left knee bent, tracking over the left ankle. One more breath here. And exhale, gently release. Curl the right toes under, extend the right leg back. Step the right foot up to meet the left foot. Let's inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the side, other side. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot back, dropping the left knee down. Left toes curled or uncurled. Left palm underneath that left shoulder. Right arm out to the side. Palm faces down. On your inhale, lift the right fingertips up to the sky, twisting here from the navel up. Keep drawing the hips in towards the midline. Right knee tracks over that right ankle. Maybe start to roll the right palms that face forward. Option to gaze up towards those fingertips for one more breath here. And exhale, gently release. With the left toes curled under, lift the left leg up. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Take 2 deep breaths here. Beginning to warm up. Okay. Arms extend back down to your sides, palms face forward. Press down through your feet. Let's inhale, bring the arms back up overhead. Then exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. We're adding on here. So let's inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step your right foot back. This time keep your right knee up. Now right palm extend, or right palm underneath the right shoulder, left arm extends out. So with that right knee up, let's inhale as you twist again. So left fingertips to the sky, left palm rotates forward. If this is too much, you can drop the right knee back down, but try to keep it up. Try and challenge yourself. Pressing back through the right heel, still firming both hips in. One more breath. And exhale, gently release. Step the right foot up to meet the left foot. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands through the center to the sides. Other side. Inhale, lift the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, right foot forward, left foot back. Again, try to keep that left knee up. Left wrist under the shoulder, right arm out to the side, palm faces down. On your inhale, twist and lift. Right fingertips to the sky, turning from the navel up. Maybe the right palm starts to face forward, but keep firming the legs in towards the midline, pressing back to that left heel. If you need to, drop the left knee down. Otherwise, we'll hold for one more breath. And exhale, gently release that right arm down. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the sides. Take 2 deep breaths here. One more breath. All right, let's continue adding on. Press down through our feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale as you hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, left foot forward, step the right foot back. This time, let's drop the right heel down, left arm to the inside of the left thigh, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet and inhale, lift up into your warrior two. Release your hands down to your hips. Make sure your shoulders are squared to the long edge side of your mat. Right toes face the long edge side, left toes face the short edge side. Left knee tracks towards the pinky side edge, right over that left ankle. Now re-extend your arms back out to a T, palm faces down, and then extend and look over those left fingertips. Hold here for one more breath. Let's reverse our warrior. Drop the right arm down, lift the left arm up to the sky, left palm faces back. Keep that front knee bent. And exhale as you spiral forward. Both arms come forward and down to either side of that left foot. Come up on that back right heel. Send the left foot to meet the back foot. We're in our plank pose, holding plank pose for 3 breaths. We'll move through our vinyasa in just a moment. You always have the option to drop down to your knees in your plank pose. Keep holding for 2 more breaths. One more breath. Keep drawing those triceps in, elbow creases face forward. Let's all drop to our knees. Inhale as we shift forward. Bend the elbows back, lower all the way to the mat. Tops of the feet to the mat. Press your feet down, hips down. Inhale as you lift your head up, chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, gently release. Curling the toes under, keep the knees down. Press up through knees down, plank pose. And then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hold in your down dog for 3 breaths here. Pressing down to the base of each finger and each palm. The middle of the calves draw back and down to draw the heels down. Maybe start to lift your toes up a little bit off the mat. Then you're spinning the inner thighs in and up towards the sky. One more breath here. All right, let's inhale as we gaze forward. Bend the knees, exhale, walker step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center, down to the side. Other side, inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold, plant your palms. So right foot forward, left foot draws back this time. We'll drop the left heel down, setting up for warrior two. Right arm to the inside edge of that right thigh, left fingertips up to the sky. Press down through your feet, and inhale, lift up into your warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips for a moment here. Make sure your left toes are facing the long edge side, right toes facing the short edge side. Heel to arch alignment or maybe slightly wider. Right knee draws towards the pinky side edge with the right knee over the left heel. Right knee over the right heel. Keep firming this right hip in and under, and then extend your arms out as you square your shoulders to the long edge side of your mat. Palms face down, shoulders soften away from your ears. Try and lift your torso up out of your hips. Holding for one more breath here. Let's reverse our warrior. Left arm draws down, right arm up to the sky. Keep the front knee bent, it always wants to straighten. And then spiral both arms forward and down to either side of that right foot. Come up on the back left heel. Step the right foot to meet the left foot. Vinyasa through. So we'll drop our knees down, shift forward, bend the elbows back. Tops of the feet to the mat. Press your feet down, hips down. Inhale, lift up, back bend. Send your heart forward, tailbone draws down. As you exhale, gently lower. Keep the knees down, toes curl under. Lift your hips up and back, all the way up through down dog. Hold for 3 breaths here. Again, just let your head be heavy. Keep firming those triceps in. You can always skip those vinyasas, come right into your down dog. You can take a break in child's pose, or you can take any other version of vinyasa you may be familiar with. Holding here for one more breath. And now inhale as you gaze forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, walker step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right. Let's come into a wide-legged stance. So face the long edge side of your mat. Start in your Tadasana pose and then separate your feet out wide. So your feet are still nice and parallel, but they're out wide about one arm's or both arms distance apart. You can kind of imagine your ankles being underneath your wrists. Make sure you're comfortable here with your feet nice and parallel. So hands to your hips to start. Use your thumbs to draw your tailbone down. Fingers to lift your frontal hip points up. Now, extending the arms behind us, interlace the fingers behind your back. Again, if that's not an option for you, you can grab your towel or your strap to connect your hands together that way. If your fingers are interlaced, bring the wrist to touch, straighten the elbows, and on your inhale, lift your heart up to the sky. Exhale, we'll hinge forward, forward fold, gently and slowly, so we really firm the outer thighs in to keep us stable. Once we lower about halfway, you can slightly tuck your chin and maybe start to lift your arms off your back. Start to let the crown of the head draw down towards the floor as you shift weight into the toes, but keep the heels on the mat. Make sure you're pressing down through all 4 corners of the feet. Shoulders draw away from the ears. And again, try to draw those wrists away from the back, lifting the arms off. Keeping the arms straight if you can. Hold for one more breath. Now stay low, just release the arms. We'll lift up halfway, arms are shoulder width distance. Slight bend in the knees, place your hands to your hips, and gently and slowly lift your torso back up. Straightening the legs, keeping your hands at your hips. All right, now turn the ankles in and keep the toes out. So we're now at a 45-degree angle, setting up for a goddess pose here. So keeping your hands at your hips, keep drawing the tailbone down. Fingers lift that frontal hip points up. Take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, bend your knees lower into your goddess pose. We'll keep moving here. So on our inhale, re-straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep drawing the knees away from each other. Inhale as you straighten. And exhale, bend. Stay here in your bend. So in our goddess pose, let's now bring the palms of our hands to the insides of our thighs, adding a twist here. So on your inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, drop your left shoulder down. Use your left hand to press the left thigh away from the body as the right shoulder draws up and back. Maybe you turn your neck to look up towards the ceiling. Gently using that left hand, pressing it into the thigh to open up the hip. Open up the shoulder, hold for 1 more breath. And now let's inhale back through center. And exhale, release and twist to your left. So press the right hand into that right thigh. You always hear a couple cracks in my low back on this twist. Just keep yourself engaged, keep pressing down through the feet, and try to keep that right arm straightened. Left shoulder draws up and back. Maybe the gaze comes up towards the sky. Hold for 1 more breath. And let's inhale back through center. And exhale, straightening the legs, bringing the hands to your hips. Heel toe the feet back into hips with distance. All right, maybe shake your legs out a little bit. Let's come back to the top of our mat. All right, feet hips with distance, arms down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Now, chair pose. Knees bend, hips back, arms forward, Utkatasana. Palms face each other. Again, triceps roll in as the biceps roll out. Maybe the elbow creases start to face each other or maybe up towards the sky. Knees, feet, ankles, hips all in one line. Make sure you can gaze down and see the toes. Sending your hips back if you can't quite see your toes. Pin those thighs in towards the midline. Hold for 1 more breath here. And now exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step both feet back, lift your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up and back to hip height, flexing the toes. Bend the right knee into your chest as you shift forward, step the right foot up to the top of the mat. Take a couple steps if you need to. Make sure both feet are facing forward. Right knee over right ankle, press down through your feet. And inhale, lift up into your high lunge. Arms overhead. Release your hands down to the center of your chest. Now, see how stable you are here. If you feel like you're having trouble stabilizing, maybe separate your feet out wide. And if you need to, you can always lower that left knee down to the mat. So your option here. Now place your hands to the backs of your spine. With the pinkies touching, fingers down. Draw the elbows in, draw the shoulders back and down. Draw the navel in and up to still create a nice long spine. Add a little back bend here. So on your inhale, lift the head up, chest up. And exhale, maybe start to draw and let your head fall back, but keep your neck engaged. Keep drawing the tailbone down. Right hip draws back as the left hip draws forward. Pressing back through that left heel. Hold for 1 more breath. And now inhale, lift back up. Bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, spiral both arms forward and down. Step the right foot to meet the back foot. Vinyasa through your way. So knees down or up as you shift forward. Bend your elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Tops of the feet down. Inhale as you lift up into your back bend. Maybe straighten your arms into full cobra here. Exhale as you release, curling the toes under, lifting up and back into your downward facing dog. We'll all meet in down dog and we'll switch to the other side. So we'll lift the left leg up and back to hip height. Bend the left knee into your chest, step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Make sure both toes are facing forward and either foot is on either lane of the mat. Pressing down through the feet, inhale, lift the arms up, torso up, arms come overhead, and then exhale, hands down through center. Again, see how stable you are here. If you need to, separate your feet a little wider, and always have the option to drop that right knee down. Now let's all release our hands to our low back, so our pinkies touch, fingers are down, elbows draw in. You can stay right here, or to add your back bend, start by drawing the tailbone down, lifting those frontal hip points up. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Take an inhale as you lift your heart to the sky. Keep that length. Exhale as you gently start to add your back bend, drawing the shoulder blades in, draw the elbows in towards each other. Use your hands to keep creating length in that low back to avoid crunching there. Keep the neck engaged, but maybe you gaze up. Right heel presses back. Hold for one more breath. Inhale as you lift yourself back up. Bring both arms overhead. And exhale, spiral both arms forward and down. Let's step the left foot to meet the back foot. Vinyasa through or skip it. Always have the option to skip it. Shift forward, lower all the way or halfway. Inhale through your back bend, baby cobra, full cobra, maybe upward facing dog with your knees off the mat. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, let's gaze forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, walker step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, knees bend, hips back, arms forward, palms face each other. And exhale as you straighten the front legs. Release the hands down through center and down to the sides. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths here before we move through our final sequence here. Two more breaths here. We'll all be meeting back at the top of our mat. All right, one more breath. All right, back at the top of your mat, feet hips width distance, arms down to the sides. Back into our chair pose. So inhale, hips back, arms forward, palms face each other. We'll exhale right into our forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step both feet back, lifting up into your downward facing dog. Starting on the right side again, lift the right leg up, back to hip height. Flex the right toes. Bend the right knee into your chest. Inhale as you shift forward. Step the right foot up to the top of the mat. Same option as before. Make sure you set up your foundation before you lift up this time. So both toes are facing forward. That back knee can be up or down. Pressing down through the feet. Inhale as you lift the arms out and up overhead. This time, exhale, release the arms back behind you. Now, interlace the fingers. Bring the wrist to touch. And just like we've been setting up, so if you need to, use your strap, use your towel. Otherwise, interlace your fingers, bring the wrist to touch, start to straighten the arms. Keep that right knee bent, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Adding a little bit of a back bend with our bind behind our back. So on your inhale, lift your heart to the sky. Exhale, keep that length and draw the arms down your back. Shoulders lift, heart lifts up to the sky. Now, we'll lift up in a moment and come forward into a bend in our humble warrior. So keep pressing down through your feet. Inhale, lift your torso up, keep your arms bound. And exhale as you hinge forward, bend at your hip crease. Let your forward fold come down, right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Keep drawing the right heel down into the mat, pressing back to the left heel. Maybe let the crown of your head draw down so your gaze comes back toward your left toes, lifting the arms off your back for one more breath. Really press down through your feet. Inhale, lift your torso back up. Release the arms, bring the arms up overhead, palms face each other. And exhale, spiral both arms forward and down. Step the right foot to meet the back foot. Vinyasa through or skip it. knees down or up, shift forward, top of the feet to the mat. Inhale through your back bend, elbows draw in, ankles draw in. Exhale as you release, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Setting up for the other side, lift the left leg up and back to hip height. Bend the left knee into your chest, shift forward, step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Set up your foundation, make sure you're nice and stable. Both toes facing forward. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Again, remember you have the option to drop that right knee down. Release the arms behind your back. Again, take the least habitual grip, opposite thumb on top if you're interlacing your fingers. Draw the wrists together, start to straighten the arms. Shoulders draw down your back. Shoulder blades press into your back toward your spine. Keep drawing the left hip back, right hip draws forward. Keep the shoulders and the hips square forward. Take a nice deep inhale as you send your heart to the sky. Exhale, add your back bend. Keep drawing the arms down. That right leg, maybe lift the right arms off your leg or off your back. Hold for one more breath. You know where we're going, adding our forward fold. So on your inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, left shoulder to the inside edge of that left knee. Really press down through that left heel. Press back to the right heel. Maybe lift the arms up off your back. Option to let the crown of your head draw down towards the floor to gaze back towards the right toes. Humble warrior, holding for one more breath. Press down through the feet. Inhale as you lift back up. Release the arms. Arms come up over your head. And exhale, spiral both arms forward and down. Step the left foot to meet the back foot. Last vinyasa. Choose it or skip it. We'll all meet in down dog. From your down dog, let's gently shift forward. Release the knees to the mat. Tops of the feet to the mat. Press your hips back to your heels. Child's pose. Releasing the forehead to your mat or to your block. This time, bring your arms, your wrists next to your ankles with the palms facing up. It allows your shoulders to protract and release a little bit here. We did a lot of retraction, we did a lot of opening, so let's just counter that and just let them release this way. Just let your shoulders be nice and heavy. And hold in your child's pose for 3 more breaths. Last breath here. Now gently extend your arms back out in front of you nice and long. Inhale as you lift your forehead up, walk your hands back, send your legs out to the side. Come to a seat with your legs extended out in front of you. All right, bound angle. So we'll bend our knees, let our knees fall out to the side, bring the bottoms of your feet into touch. Ankles and heels can be as close to your hips as you like. They can be closer or farther apart, whatever your preference is. If you already feel like you're falling back though, go ahead and roll up your mat or place a block or a towel underneath your hips to give you some more elevation. Now with your hands gently holding underneath your ankles or your feet, you can stay right here. Otherwise, we'll add a forward fold. Draw those knees down closer to the mat. Let's take a nice deep inhale to prepare. Keep the nice long spine. Exhale as you send the heart forward. Imagine sending your heart toward your toes. You can start to walk your hands forward, keeping them shoulder width distance. Slight tuck of the chin. Avoid completely rounding your spine here. Still keep it nice and long. Just have a slight rounding in your neck if you'd like. Just keep that neck engaged. We'll hold here for 2 more slow, deep breaths. One more breath. All right, gently walking your hands back, lifting your torso up. Use your palms underneath your knees to lift your knees back up together. Extend your legs out nice and long. All right, now from here, let's bend the right knee into our chest. Option have the right foot to the inside or outside of that left knee. Just make sure the entire base of your foot can press onto the mat. Now releasing the right fingertips behind you, just like there's a cupcake underneath your palm, so just on your fingertips. Lift your left arm up to the sky. And exhale as you twist to your right, left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Keep flexing the left foot, press down through that right big toe. Being very gentle on those right fingertips, draw the right shoulder back. Inhale as you lengthen through your spine. Exhale, add your twist. 2 more breaths. Maybe you turn your neck to look over that right shoulder. Last breath here. And exhale, gently release back to center. Extend both legs long, shake out your legs for a moment. We'll switch to the other side. So draw the left knee into your chest. Left foot to the inside or outside of the right knee. Just make sure the entire foot can press down. Releasing the left fingertips behind you. Right arm up to the sky. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist and from the navel up to your left. Right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Keep flexing the right toes. Press down through that left big toe. Again, very gentle on those left fingertips. Keep drawing the left shoulder back. Maybe you turn your neck to look over the left shoulder. Just keep a nice long spine throughout, rooting down through the sit bones, rising up through the crown of your head. For 1 more breath here. And exhale, gently release. Extend both legs long, hands next to your hips. Bend the knees, send the hips up to your heels. Gently lower onto your back, holding onto your shins or to your thighs. And when you release, let's extend the arms out to a T shape or a field goal pose, palms face up. Bring the knees and the feet to touch. Lift the knees over the hips and the shins parallel to the mat, looking for a 90-degree angle with your feet flexed. Keep drawing the navel in and down, adding a spinal twist. So inhale as you prepare. Exhale, slow and controlled, release your knees to the right side. Keep your knees and your feet together. Be nice and slow here. Maybe your knees release to the mat. Maybe you place a block or a towel underneath. But keep both shoulders rooted, especially that left shoulder. And once your knees lower, you can turn your neck to look over those left fingertips. Just try to settle and find stillness here. And let gravity do the work. One more breath. Gaze comes back up to center. Press the backs of your hands into the mat. Inhale as you lift your knees back up over your hips. And keep that 90-degree angle, knees and feet together. Draw the navel down. Inhale as you prepare. Exhale gently and slowly lower those left knees off to the left side. Again, slow and controlled. Knees release either to the mat or place a block or something underneath. And right shoulder roots down to the mat, turning your neck maybe to look over those right fingertips. Holding here for 3 slow, deep breaths. All right, gaze comes back up to center, lifting the knees back up over your hips, drawing the knees into your chest, wrap your hands around your shins or your thighs. Let's lift the shoulders and the back of your head off the mat. Come into an egg shape. Try to squeeze everything together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release. Extend the legs long. Extend the arms long overhead. Point the toes away from your body. Extend the fingertips nice and long. Full body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, release. Arms down to the sides. Let the knees and the feet fall out wide. Settle into your final pose of practice today. Shavasana. With your legs long, arms down by your side. If you prefer any other variation of Shavasana, find what works for you. Just know that this is a place for rest, stillness, softness, and peace. Allow your eyes to soften or your gaze to close. As you settle, check in with your body if there's any last little bits of tension. Send your breath there. Soften any muscles in your face, around your eyes or your jaw. Allow yourself to find ease. And finally, just release any control over the breath. Just be here. And let's begin to bring some awareness back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And switch directions in those rotations. And come back to stillness for one last breath here on your back. Now gently bend your knees into your chest as you roll over to one side of your body. Let your top knee rest on your bottom, top arm rest on your bottom. Stay for a breath here on your side. And now gently start to keep your eyes closed as you use your top arm to press yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged seat to complete your practice today. In your cross-legged seat, you can rest your palms on tops of your knees. Palms can face up, or you can bring your hands into the center of your chest. Let's all take a nice deep inhale in together. Through the mouth, exhale. Thank you for joining me for your practice today. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in each one of you. Thank you. Peace. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Happy spring. I hope you enjoyed practice. I hope your shoulders are feeling nice and open. We definitely got the hamstrings, hip flexors, quads, all those nice and strengthened and released today as well. Lori and Ellen, always great to see you. Lori, I'm glad I could catch you live this morning as well with Ellen. You guys are definitely superstars. So thank you always for joining, showing up, catching class, and I appreciate you signing in. If anyone has any questions, you can always leave them in the chat or in the video description. There are other ways to reach out to me. Also, in the comments of the video are ways to reach me as well. Next class will be next Wednesday, as usual, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm also teaching tomorrow afternoon at 6:30 on Free Baltimore Yoga's Facebook group. It'll be a very similar class to today, but if you did want to catch me again tomorrow, you can check out their page. That's Free Baltimore Yoga. So again, thank you so much. I hope you feel great. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. I will see you next time in practice. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Daniel. Peace.